in.
We are starting silver bracket play. First round. Your free 16 polar versus VCN out of Lincoln, Nebraska. VCN won their pool the first day and then went 1-2 yesterday, getting themselves in third place into the silver. Your free polar went 2-1 in second place pool play. Yesterday, third place in pool. So each of the teams in the silver division were either first or second in the first day of play and ended up third yesterday in their pool. Today we're out a right side. So that means Zeiss from the back row will be setting, and in the front row will be playing right side. Zeiss to serve. Touched by DeVries. Back set by Gretchen over to Lila. With a kill along the line. That was covered. Blocked by DeVries, kept it to their side. Free ball by Lila. Touched by Rigg, nobody covered. Arya with that swing. That did not go over the net. They said it did. DeVries push. Gretchen. It's over to Rigg. Tipped over our blockers. Over to Brenna. Swing. And a kill. Lila serving. Lexi to back row. And a push past our right side covering. Called in. That was nice. Back set. Lexi. Touched by Aria. Sid over to Lexi again with a tip. And they kept it alive. It did fall. Point freeze. Looks like Carl's going to be serving for our middles. So that puts Gretchen back to serve now. And an ace. Was off the fingertips of Snowden and Lila. Out of play. Setter's dump, they covered. Back row attack, Lila. Lexi, big swing for the kill. Caroline back to serve, and now here you'll see Sid's going to transition from setter to opposite. Good block from Adele. Touched by Sid. Set. Covered by Gretchen. Lexi. Back row attack, Lila. For the kill! The one perk of having our setter as a right side, we have got two setters on the court at the same time, so we do have two options to get to that ball for the set. And an ace! Free ball. Caroline's going to go to the middle with Adele. Swinging. Off the fingertips is ice. Back row from Gretchen with the kill. Trickled over the tape. Timeout for VCN. Okay, back to play. Caroline to serve. Free ball. Lexi to Caroline with a setter's dump. Back set. Out of play. Gretchen covered that. Back set to Sid. Over our blockers. Lila, long pass over. Caroline couldn't quite get that one. Back row Lila along the line. Not received for a kill for Platson. It's 3 back row attacks successfully in a row. Douglas into serve for Lexi. Not an ace, but a quality serve to get the point. Service error. Gretchen, a little long to the right side. Zeiss couldn't get there. Lila to Douglas. Lila back row. A little high, but they touched. That looked like it was going out, but touched by Douglas. Out of play. Point freeze. DeVries back in the middle, and Adele back to serve. Caroline, it's going to be Lila. Bad angle, out of play. Out of play. Gretchen called Douglas off. She backed out of the way just in time. Rig on the right side. Back to serve. Sid. Blocked by DeVries. Tip over. Zeiss. Back set over to Lila. Back corner. Tip. Zeiss. Another back set to Lila. Right angle. And touched. Point freeze. Got. Swing by Aria. Touched by Lila. Covered by Aria. Out of play. Gretchen just got about stepped on. Overpass. Out of play. Oh, they called a touch. Not sure which one of our blockers touched, but called, so it's a point for VCN. Out of play, point freeze. Lexi back in on the outside, back to serve Lila. Ace! Got a substitution, putting a DS back in there on the other side. Out of play. Trying to hit the short 5 spot and went into the net. We'll blame the coaches for that call. They called that short. I don't know if Annie and Amanda agree, but Gretchen, Lila, Lexi, the swing. Looked like it was going deep. Got a kill. DeVries out, Carl in, Snowden to serve. Over our block. Set us. Adele covered her own block. Swing by Aria. Back set over to Lexi. Push. Big block, Lexi. Lila. Lexi. Monster kill. Caroline back to serve. Out of play. Gretchen, Caroline to Adele, a little over, Zeiss covered it. Caroline got there, back set over to Lexi, blocked. Lexi overpass. They did not take advantage of that. Looked very, very out, but called in. Caroline to Adele. Tipped. And out of play. Douglas to serve. Line drive, out of play. Service error, point freeze. DeVries back in the middle. Adele to serve. Over our block and out of play. Nice serve from Adele. Free ball. Brenna with the assist. Platson. Tipped over. Douglas. Caroline to Brenna. Swing down. Kill. Timeout, VCN. Bell back to serve after a timeout. DeVries was there. I'll call that an intimidation block. Service error. Adele wants that one back. 23-18. Over to Lila. That was touched. We're at set point, 24-18. Freeze over VCN. Reagan on the right side. Zeiss back to serve. Soft serve. Got past our block, rolled off the block, touched by somebody covering, and Gretchen could not get there. Oh, off Brenna's head, covered by Gretchen, pushed by Lila. And hit the corner. (20-24), still set point. Off Lila for an ace. Tried to push up instead of push tap over, and I think that caused the error there. Setter's dump. Just need to get that over. Douglas could not get there. And we got VCN roaring back, 23-24. Timeout, freeze. Off of Gretchen, that was an ace. Gretchen. This is over to Lila. Swing. Free ball. Brenna to Zeiss. Over to Lila. Tip. Back corner. And a kill. We're back to set point again for Freeze. We were up 24-19. Now 25-24. Platts into serve. Beautiful ace for the win. Set Freeze, 26-24.
Visitors here. I saw a couple of plates out there. Manitoba.
There are a couple Canadian teams, you're right.
Yeah. Is there actual teams playing? Or just
I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So I thought there were, I seen some, I talked to some people from Oklahoma City and then also seen some Denver people.
Seen Denver, yeah.
That's a pretty good job tonight. Manitoba might have it too.
That will win, you're right. I think that's different rules for volleyball. There's got to be awesome over here. Okay, we got set 2. VCN out of Lincoln, Nebraska against Freeze. Rig with the swing. Well, off of DeVries' hand on that one. They hit to her left and she was fading to her right. Miscue on Riggs' hit. Over to Lila, backing up as she swung, but she got the kill. Woo. Tough serve to receive. Off our blockers, Gretchen over to Lexi with a push. Tip. Kind of rolled off Lexi. Gretchen couldn't do a lot with it. Lila. Sid gets over there. Back row attack. Platson with the kill. Carlin, DeVries out. Snowden to serve. That landed in. Gretchen getting a little coaching from Annie on the positioning of her receive. Rig. Out of play. Caroline into serve. Rig out. And Zeiss switches over to right side. Touched. Caroline set. Back row attack. Lila. Adele with a tip right on the line. Ace. Amanda's calling same location on this serve. Lila to Caroline, over to Adele, push to that corner again, found it again, right on the line. Got a feeling they're going to start cheating that direction after those two. Over serve. Set to Adele. Mistimed that jump on the swing. There's a swing by Zeiss. Gretchen to Caroline. Back set to Zeiss. A little push over. Did not get over the net. Intimidation block for Adele. That was Lexi serving. Set to Adele. Tip. Found the floor with a kill. Switching out with a DS on the other side. Block for Adele. They covered it. Adele with a tip over. And they found a hole on our side. Douglas coming in to play DS. Zeiss got there. Gretchen Douglas, free ball over. Good scramble. Blocked by Carl. DeVries in, and Adele back to serve. Little tip, Douglas. Nope. Gretchen positioning Peyton a little further over. They serve for Peyton and an ace. Same spot. DeVries with a tip. Blocked by DeVries. Aria in on the right side. Sydney to serve. Free ball. DeVries. Sid. DeVries swing. And they did not call a tip. It looked like it was. Brenna was trying to hit the right line and just went a little too far to the right. Lila, big swing, is still alive. Sid to Brenna, tip. Brenna got a finger, recovered herself. Douglas, Gretchen did not get over the nets. Tied up at 10. Out of play, point freeze. Lexi in, back to serve Lila. Brenna getting some instruction from Coach Maddie on location of the kills. And an ace! Free ball. Brenna to Sid. Back to Aria. Beautiful kill. Timeout VCN. Back to play, 13-10 freeze. Platson serving. And an ace. And another ace. And third ace. got an ace turkey. Making some adjustments on the VCN side for serve receive. Changes up where she's hitting it. Gretchen. Oh, almost. Out of play, point freeze. Brenna out, Adele in, Snowden to serve. Push, covered by Zeiss, but not quite over. Lila. Adele going for the corner. They did not call touch. Ace for VCN. Looks like they're aiming for Platson on these couple serves. Oh. Our setter, I'm not sure of communication on that. Usually Zeiss couldn't cover that second hit and she didn't move. Gretchen got there for free ball. Touched, Lila. Back set to Aria. Line and a point for VCN. Adele had to adjust, just pushed over. Free ball. Adele swinging, kill! Aria back to serve. Aria has not gotten very many chances to serve. Lexi, easy swing. Good cover by Lila. Lexi, kill! She's swinging well today. Service error. Caroline in. Coaches must have seen something to give Aria a chance to serve over Caroline. Gretchen to Caroline to Adele. Tip with a kill. Lexi to serve. Tip. Caroline, Gretchen, Lila, and a kill. 21-17, freeze. Timeout VCN. Adele, swing! Too far to the left. Right idea, wrong direction. Got Douglas coming in to play defense. Adele had to adjust, couldn't get the angle. Adele was coming in on with a right approach, and Caroline set for a left approach. And trickled over the tape for ace. Lila, set to Adele, swinging, and a kill. Looks like our Caroline's feeling good with the set to the middle today. Brenna in, Adele back to serve. Brenna, block, still alive, touched, and rolled off the fingers of Caroline. Gretchen, Caroline to Brenna, a little far to the left. Free ball, Gretchen, Zeiss, and we could not keep it alive. Douglas, Caroline to Brenna, tipped. And a kill. 23-23. Timeout freeze. Looks like Brenna getting a little last minute instruction from Coach Maddie. Lila, Caroline, Lila swinging. Out of play. Almost looked like Brenna touched it, but not called. Rig in, this is set and match point. Sid serving. Sid set to Brenna. Swing and a kill to end it with force. That'll move your Freeze to the semifinals of silver. Playing to be determined. We'll see you at 10 a.m.
I think so. I know we play at Club Break.
Yeah, it showed you carrying it away.
What?
It showed you carrying it away.
Oh, then it's